It is the KWIN Morning News here on this Tuesday, March the 8th. Glad to have you along with us here at News Radio 1013 and 1420 AM KWN, your news, weather, and sports station, new traffic and sports station, and of course KWN TV. We're glad that you've joined us here. We're now 2 minutes after the hour. Coming up, we'll run down a lot of news. There is a lot of news that's being made here around the North Georgia area and the tri-state. We'll give you the latest on that coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll get the weather rundown with News 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Core. We've got some guests coming up in the studio this first half hour. And, of course, second half hour will be with Dade County School Superintendent Josh Engel. He'll be coming up in the second portion of the show this morning to update us on what's happening with the Dade County school system. Stay close. We've got a look at area debt notices. That's coming up next as the KWIN Morning News coverage continues.
Stop using the big corporations to do your taxes. Trust the local professionals at NL Tax and Bookkeeping Services. All the benefits of the big corporations, but with the personal service you only get when working with your friends and neighbors. 44 years experience. NL Tax and Bookkeeping Service offers express refunds and electronic filing. Get your money faster by using the tax pros at NL Tax and Bookkeeping Services. Highway 73 in Bryant. Call today to schedule your appointment, 706-657-4758.
Would you look at the time? It's tax time. You already know H&R Block does taxes, but here's what you may not know when you file with H&R Block, like how you can get expert help in person or virtually. Plus, our tax pros average 10 years of experience. You can even request to work with the same tax pro every year, and your biggest possible refund is always guaranteed. No one offers more ways to help with your taxes than H&R Block. At H&R Block, help is here.
H&R Block in Trenton at 5391 Highway 136 West, 706-657-6184.
Our hearts and prayers go out to the people of Ukraine. We know that we're faced with some economic downfalls and downturns, and things are going wrong in this country. It's not going to get any better anytime soon. So protect yourself with the availability of gold and silver and the assets that you can control from home. Come and see me, Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, 5301 Brainerd Road, your friend in the jewelry business. Thank you, and God bless.
Hi, this is Gordon Deal. Join me weekdays for This Morning, America's First News. Hear the stories you'll be talking about and searching for all day as we go beyond the headlines and above the chatter with your first look at breaking news, money, Washington politics, technology, entertainment, entrepreneurship, and sports. We explain why stories matter. That's why we are referred to as the most important and relevant radio program. Join us weekdays for This Morning, America's First News.
Your home for news, talk, and sports. WKWN Trenton, 101.3 FM, 1420 AM, KWIN.
Hey, good morning, everyone. It's now 15 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock. Area and death notices are brought to you by Moore Funeral Home, with chapels at North Sand Mountain and Trenton, where their family has been serving our family in our time of need since 1945. Moore Funeral Home, dedicated to those that we serve. Let's start out at the DeKalb Counties, where we always do with area death notices. Marvin Raisler has passed away. The W.T. Wilson Funeral Chapel is handling the services, and cremation services will be provided by W.T. Wilson. No services are planned. Robert Foster Bobby Johnston Sr. family will have visitation today from 5 to 7 and a memorial service Wednesday, 11 a.m. at the W.T. Wilson Funeral Chapel. Rachel Funeral Home is handling the services of Caloris Stone. Family will have friends coming up on March the 8th from 10:30 to 12:30. That is today. Graveside services will be later on at the Trinity Cemetery at 1 o'clock. Mickey Murdoch has passed away. The services will be coming up on Thursday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They'll be at the Mountain Lakes Chapel, and the Rainsville Funeral Home is in charge there. Cornerstone is handling the passing of Doris Virginia Smith Watkins. Services will be at 1 o'clock this afternoon at the funeral home. Out of Jackson County, Tommy Foster Smith, a memorial service will be held on Thursday, and that will be at 11 a.m. at the Calvary Baptist Church. Dorothy Bailey has passed away. The Scottsboro Funeral Home is handling the arrangements. Funeral services will be this coming Wednesday at 12 noon. Out of Marion County, John Marvin Tate has passed away. Celebration of life will be at Rogers Funeral Home. That'll be coming up Thursday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. David Wooden has passed. Private visitation and a funeral service later. The Tate Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Tina Young of Dunlap has passed away. The Reed Funeral Home is in charge. No services are planned. Rogers Funeral Home of Jasper is in charge of the services. Roberta Dawson, a graveside service will be held today at 1 o'clock at Pine Grove Cemetery in Jasper. Tate Funeral Home is also handling the arrangements of Justin Daniel Alder. Services will be at the Mount Olive Church of God in Whitwell, and that will be coming up on Friday from 5:30 to 6:30. C.H. Blue Jay Perkins has passed away from Whitwell. Funeral services will be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the Whitwell Memorial Funeral Home. Linda Faye Clark has passed away. The North Sand Mountain Chapel of Moore Funeral Home is handling the services. The services will be Wednesday afternoon at 1 o'clock at the North Sand Mountain Chapel of Moore Funeral Home. And Ricky Ronald Sharp has passed away. Ryan Funeral Home is handling a celebration of life, which will be Wednesday at the funeral home. The family will receive friends from 12 until the hour of the service. 19 minutes after the hour. Good morning. Area death notices are brought to you by Moore Funeral Homes, with chapels at North Sand Mountain and Trenton, where their family has been serving our family in our time of need since 1945. Good morning, everyone. It's 19 minutes after the hour. We'll be right back with more K-Win Today.
Let me talk to you just a minute about Cloud Auto Sales. Hi, this is Edmund Stone. If you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, a good, dependable used vehicle, let me recommend Cloud Auto Sales. They're on Sand Mountain, Alabama Highway 71 there in Higdon, Alabama. Rayburn Cloud and the gang has been doing business now for decades. Most of their used cars, trucks, and SUVs come with a 3-month, 4,500-mile warranty. Call 597-3273. Cloud Auto Sales, Higdon, Alabama. Go by and see him before you buy. You'll be glad you did.
When you or a loved one is facing a life-limiting illness, hospice care may be the answer. At Tapestry Hospice, the patient is the focus of our care. We are here to serve you and facilitate your wishes. Tapestry caregivers are concerned with managing your pain, keeping you in touch with your physician, and helping you make plans for the future. Hospice is life-affirming, and Tapestry Hospice can help you deal with all aspects of life, mind, body, and soul. Call Tapestry Hospice for more information. 706-383-8812. That's 706-383-8812. Tapestry Hospice. Redefining hope.
Welcome home. Kime TS is a family-owned flatbed company with 65 years of trucking history. With 200 of the best CDL Class A drivers, Kime hauls over 50,000 loads per year safely throughout the Southeast and Midwest. Using the most up-to-date equipment, we ensure comfort and efficiency. Now hiring CDL Class A drivers. Starting pay 60 cents per mile, an amazing benefits package, and you're home on the weekend. Visit our website at KimeTS, that's KEIMTS.com, or call 800-255-2450. That's 800-255-2450. Be safe out there.
Citizens Bank and Trust, offering a wide variety of services designed to best suit the needs of our individual customers, including online banking where you can easily access your account information 24 hours a day. We also offer a 24-hour account information line for your convenience at 657-1234. Call Citizens Bank and Trust today at 657-5678 or drop by our convenient locations on Lookout Mountain in Higdon and in Trenton to learn more about our services. Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, good morning, everyone. KWN Morning News Time is now 21 after the hour of 9 o'clock, 9:21, and it is political season as it starts to heat up. We heard the news, of course, our state senator, Jeff Mullis, not running for re-election. We'll be talking more about that coming up. But this morning in the studio, coming to talk with us is Marcus Flowers, who is running for Congress here in the 14th District, and we welcome him to the studio here this morning. Good morning, sir.
Well, good morning, Evan. Thanks for having me.
Very, very good. Well, I've got a lot of, I guess, ground questions that we need to ask you. First of all, where you live?
Well, I live in Bremen, down in Haralson County, which was a part of the district before redistricting, and now I've been drawn out of the district. I guess people took notice of me, so I'm about 8 miles outside of the district, but still what used to be the district.
What used to be the district of District 14.
Georgia's 14th Congressional District, that is correct.
And that's what you're running for, correct?
I am running for Georgia's 14th Congressional District.
And qualifying's this week. Have you qualified yet?
I will be qualifying on the 9th.
All right. Well, good deal. Well, tell us a little bit about you and your background. I've already asked you off the air if you've ever got in politics before. You said no. So tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, a little bit about me. You know, I was born in Troy, Alabama, which is the birthplace of John Lewis. At 18 years old, I joined the Army, and that's what I've been doing for the last almost 30 years as a soldier, defense contractor, and former government official with the Department of Defense. You know, I've served this country honorably for, my entire career, whether it was doing humanitarian efforts in Sudan, peacekeeping missions in the Balkans, and I spent a decade in combat zones in Iraq and Afghanistan.
We appreciate your service.
But simply, service to this country has been my life.
Yeah, well, we appreciate your military service for sure.
It's my pleasure.
So that brings you to this juncture in your life, wanting to get involved in government.
Yes. Well, that's a bit of a long story. A little bit about my background. My granddaddy was a sheriff and a farmer. My uncles were police captains, uncles who served in the military. And, watching over the course of the summer of 2020, after George Floyd was murdered at the knee of a police officer, I looked at that and that kind of started stirring something in me, because I knew that's not what America was supposed to look like. And having total respect for the badge because of my background and my family ties to law enforcement, I wanted to start getting involved in doing activism and talking with people. So I did. I got on social media for the first time and started talking with people throughout the district already. And then, looking at the amount of disinformation and misinformation that was out and so prevalent in society today, I wanted to do something about that. Try and make sure that we're getting good information, because I've seen the damage done by disinformation and misinformation and radicalism, quite frankly. I lost several friends and colleagues overseas due to radicalism, and that doesn't happen in a vacuum. And I saw that kind of thing happening here in our country. And watching Marjorie Taylor Greene's conspiracy theories saying things like 9/11 was a hoax when I was actively serving the country on 9/11, and that the Parkland school shooting was a false flag. These are things that are dangerous. And again, I've stood up for democracy my entire career. But seeing what happened on January 6th, I knew things like that didn't happen in a vacuum. And I knew that disinformation and misinformation played a large role in that. People like Marjorie Taylor Greene espousing the big lie that Donald Trump won the election. And we know that this was the most secure election in our history. And watching her do that and watching what happened on January 6th, it was a life-changing moment for me. The very next day, I resigned my post as a government official to run for Congress against Marjorie Taylor Greene because I'd watched that type of radicalization starting to take hold in our country. And I believe in democracy with everything I have. Again, service to this country has been my life. It has been my job to support and defend the Constitution of the United States since I turned 18. And I'm going to continue that service by defeating Marjorie Taylor Greene in the next election.
Well, I haven't asked you, are you running, which primary are you in the Republican or the Democratic Party?
I am a Democrat.
Okay, so it will be in the fall, and whoever gets through the Republican, because she does have a challenger. At this point, only one. That could be more. But I know
she has more than one challenger in the Republican primary.
Right, so you're anticipating she would probably get through the primary, and you would take her in the general election coming up this fall.
Listen, campaigns take a lot of money, and none of her challengers have raised enough money to compete against her. She has a huge war chest. But here's the other side of the story. I have a huge war chest as well. We are the top congressional challenger campaign in the nation. We out-fundraised Marjorie Taylor Greene in the last quarter. We'll probably do it again this quarter as well. We will be able to compete with Marjorie Taylor Greene, get through our primary, compete with her, and out-message her, because that's what it takes. You've got to get the word out to the people. And look, I'm out on the doors every day talking to Georgians at their door. I meet them where they are, and they're not happy with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Quite frankly, they're embarrassed by the things that she's doing and saying, as well they should be. And we had those tough conversations. And I don't always know if I'm talking to a Republican, an independent, or a Democrat, but we have the tough conversations. And to a person, Georgians want change. They want real representation. I talk to our elected leaders, our mayors, our city councils, our school board members, our chiefs of police, our sheriffs. We talk about things that Georgians need, and they want a representative who's going to work to get things done for the district. Marjorie Taylor Greene can't do that because she's too worried about building her name, flouting conspiracy theories that do nothing for Georgians here. That's what I want to do, bring real representation to the people.
Well, that would be my next question. What is, and we've got limited time here, and of course we want you to come back as we go through the summer towards the end
I'd love to.
of the session to be able, or before the November election. What is, give me the top three things that if you were elected today, what do you want to do for Georgia?
Well, let me tell you what
or the 14th district, I guess.
Let me tell you what I hear from the people every day. They talk about housing. They talk about inflation and gas prices and what they're paying at the grocery store. They talk about education. They talk about veterans issues, our senior issues. These are things I will work with. I'm a moderate Democrat, so I believe in bipartisanship. I believe in negotiating in good faith to get things done. These are the problems that I want to work on, but I'll work on them collaboratively with our elected leaders here in the district. That's how you get things done. Now, my background in logistics and compliance, that's how I've always gotten things done, is working with the people on the ground to accomplish the mission. That's what we need here in Georgia.
Well, thank you. We're talking with Marcus Flowers, who is running on the Democratic ticket for the upcoming congressional district, District 14, which Dade County and all of North Georgia is a part of. How can folks get in touch with you if you've sparked some interest to the point that they want to reach out to you? How can they reach out to you and talk with you?
Please just go to www.marcusforgeorgia. That's all spelled out. Marcus, MARCUSFOR, Georgia, GEORGIA.com. And look at our events tab. We do town halls once a month via Zoom. You go to the events tab, you can click on that and get registered for that event. There's also ways that you can sign up to volunteer for our campaign. We do a lot of phone banking and door knocking in the district. If you want to come and help out with that, we'd love to have you. Also, we have a media page where I've done hours worth of interviews. We also talk about all the issues on our page, as well as what's going on here in Georgia and what we'll be working for, fighting for Georgians to bring about real results and real representation.
Well, Mr. Flowers, we certainly appreciate you coming in. And, of course, this won't be the last time that you and I will probably talk. You're going to be invited back. We appreciate you stopping by today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you'll be qualifying this week, candidate for Georgia House 14 in the U.S. Congress, and look forward to talking with you again throughout the summer. And I'm sure there'll be some debates and different things that'll be going on as the process continues. But thanks for coming in, and it's always great to be able to let folks hear that. We talk to a lot of the local leaders, but getting folks that, maybe our representation in Washington and have them come to Dade County, we appreciate that.
Thank you. And our local leaders do deserve a voice in Washington, and I'll be that liaison. Thank you for having me, Evan.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. We got news coming up. Stay with us. Lots more still to come as the KWN morning news coverage continues on KWN.
Mullis of Chickamauga says he will not seek another term. State Senator Jeff Mullis announces he's not going to run for re-election after serving 22 years in the state legislature. With a news watch on 101.3 FM KWN, I'm Susan King. Monday was the opening day for candidates to qualify in Georgia. Senator Mullis represents Georgia Senate District 53. That includes Catoosa, Dade, and Walker counties, also portions of Chautauqua County. And as for that Senate race, two people have qualified for Mullis' seat, Stephen Henry, the current chair of the Catoosa County Commission, and Colton Moore. The general primary election will be held on May the 24th, and if needed, a runoff will be held on June the 21st. The general election is November the 8th. The final day to register to vote in the May 24th primary is April the 25th. A Sand Mountain man is arrested on child pornography charges. Gregory Shankles is charged with 10 counts for possession of child porn. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency investigates a fatal shooting involving the Hollywood Police Department. This took place on Newman Street in the Jackson County community last Friday night. ALEA identifies the man who was shot and killed by an officer as Samuel Wilson, 33 years old. With a News Watch on 101.3 FM KWN, I'm Susan King.
This is important news. If you have unfiled tax returns, the IRS is shifting gears and ramping up investigations on non-filers this year. If you fail to file your tax returns for a year or more, or you owe back taxes, now's the time to call Optima Tax Relief before the IRS finds you. Optima is America's #1 most trusted tax resolution firm, specialized in helping individuals, families, and businesses get right with the IRS. They're experts in the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, a powerful new program that can make resolving tax issues easier. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, Optima's award-winning team has helped thousands of people protect their paychecks, bank accounts, homes, and businesses by putting their tax problems to rest, resolving over $1 billion in tax debts for their clients. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-587-6643. 800-587-6643. 800-587-6643.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
At Comfort Gallery in Kimball, comfort is key. And right now, Comfort Gallery has everything you need to give your living space an upgrade and maximize your comfort. Shop their inventory now for a huge selection of recliners in stock and ready to go. Maybe it's a lift chair you need. Comfort Gallery has a great selection ready for immediate delivery. Also, a variety of name brand sofas to make your living room complete. Comfort Gallery also has an assortment of dining room sets to fit any taste. Relax and unwind and get your best night's sleep with a new mattress. Comfort Gallery has many great brands in all sizes in stock and available for delivery today, along with a large inventory of wooden bedroom suits in many styles. And if you don't see what you're looking for, just ask. Our full-color interactive kiosk is available to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Comfort Gallery offers free delivery and setup, free financing with 6 months same as cash, and free layaway. Located at 780 Main Street, 1 mile north of I-24, exit 152A in Kimball. Comfort Gallery.
From the farmer's field that produces your food to the football field where the Wolverines play, Georgia Farm Bureau is committed to supporting this community and others like it across the state. Georgia Farm Bureau provides peace of mind to families through home, auto, and life insurance with affordable coverage and exceptional service. I'm Daniel Patterson, and I'd love to be your partner in insurance. Give me a call at the Dade County Farm Bureau at 706-657-7515.
Collins Building Materials in Jasper prides ourselves on our knowledgeable and helpful staff. We can help you with all your building needs, from planning to completion. Lumber, plumbing, tools, electrical, cabinets, windows, doors, framing packages. Collins Building Materials is your one-source building materials stop for all your home building and remodeling needs. From Jasper, we deliver all over the tri-state area. Call Collins Building Materials today, 423-942-5416, or visit our website, collinsbm.com. For decades, Gross Furniture has been servicing Trenton and surrounding areas with high-quality beds, living room sets, and more. Come see the large showroom now at the Gross Shopping Center, 12530 North Main Street in Trenton. Don't hassle with the long shipping waits at the big box dealers. If you see it in the showroom, it's yours.
You're gonna love what you see. You're gonna love what you see.
Open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday until 6, until 4 on Saturday. Gross Furniture in Trenton.
Say I do with a little help from your favorite hometown jeweler. Lisa's Gold and Diamonds. Beautiful bridal sets and engagement rings are on sale now. Lisa's also has a great selection of wedding bands in gold, titanium, tungsten, or Tennessee whiskey bands. March's Birchstone is aquamarine, and they're on sale this month. Rings, pendants, and earrings for that special birthday person. Lisa's has just what you're looking for. Come shop and see our great selection. Lisa's buys your scrap gold and silver for cash. Come shop with us at Lisa's Gold and Diamonds, 501B Alomar Street in Fort Oglethorpe. Open Monday through Saturday with excellent watch and jewelry repair.
Got Medicare questions? Call 423-777-5577.
I know a girl with sparkling eyes, a superhero in disguise, and we call her Medicare Miss D. Those things that keep you up at night, so many choices, which one's right? That's when you call Medicare Miss D. She's got a stack of books she reads, with all the others she takes lead, and we call her Medicare Miss D. With Federal Government Association, she's got no affiliation, and we call her Medicare Miss D.
423-777-5577. That's 423-777-5577.
Hey there, this is Eric Erickson. Make sure to join me every weekday from noon to 3 on News Radio 1013 or 1420 KWIN as we dive into the day's biggest stories, and we got to gear up for a big election year right here in 2022. And get ready, the midterm primary elections are coming in May, so don't miss a show and join me, Eric Erickson, weekdays from noon to 3 right here on News Radio 1013 or 1420 KWIN.
First Alert Weather on News Radio KWIN.
Dry and chilly to start out your Tuesday. Highs later on into the upper 50s. A few late showers move in. Tonight, areas of rain, some locally heavy. Lots of fog, lows 45 to 47. For Wednesday, morning showers will move off to the east. Highs mid and upper 50s. Partly cloudy, milder Thursday. Make the right choice and build a custom home on your own lot with Brownhaven Homes. Choose from 24 different home style and floor plans along with their exclusive price promise. Follow your dreams at brownhavenhomes.com. And I'm Storm Team 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Core.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome into the KWIN Today program. And I was going to give a weather update, but I think I will come straight to you now that we just heard the weather there. But we still got Patrick's weather discussion before the top of the hour. We'll talk about that because I'm sure he wants to talk about, we do have some rain later on, I think, is coming through, and then some very cold temperatures, and maybe even some wintry mix type of snow flurries and things coming up this weekend. So we'll get that coming up. But first, we do have some breaking news this morning. Dade County School Superintendent Josh Engel in the studio with us this morning. It's Tuesday. He's normally here, but we do have some breaking news that we've just learned as of this morning, that there was a gun discovered at Dade County High School.
That's right, Evan. Good morning. Another beautiful day, great day to be in Dade County. But unfortunately, we did this morning have a little incident at Dade County High School. Coach Cooper gave me a call. Mr. Farney is at the dentist office this morning. He's been in contact with Coach Cooper. But one of our teachers at the high school noticed a black box closed up under a shelf. And she was actually looking for a Chromebook, and so there was a Chromebook stacked on top of it. But noticed a black box, and she called for administration and law enforcement, and they went down to the classroom and identified what was in the black box. It was an unloaded weapon that has been removed from the school facility. Students were evacuated from the classroom. They did some further searches, just looking to see if there was any other type of ammunition, other weapons in the classroom. But at this time, there was no immediate threat. All students are safe. So there was no immediate threat, but the weapon has been confiscated by Dade County Sheriff's Department or the law enforcement officer. It remains under investigation, and we'll obviously cooperate with local authorities to conduct this investigation. And if we find if there's a resolution, we will, there will be consequences. We don't know how long the black box has been there.
That was going to be my first question. I mean, and it was inside first a classroom, correct?
Yeah, it was inside a classroom.
Inside one of the classrooms, and I think you already alluded to the fact that there were students in the classroom. But the teacher found the box while she was looking for something else.
Yeah, she was looking for a laptop or a Chromebook, and saw a black box. Like, whoa, that's unusual. I don't know how, So we don't know how long it's been there. There's no cameras in the classroom. We've got cameras in the hallway, but there's no cameras in the classroom. We don't know how long it's been there. We've turned it over to the Sheriff's Department. I think they can run the serial number.
Yeah, could you say that it was a handgun or?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, okay. It was a handgun.
But it was unloaded.
It was unloaded. Yes, inside a little black box. Yeah, it was unloaded. So Officer Cloud took possession of the handgun, and then it's been sent over to Dade County Sheriff's Department, and they'll
go through the investigative process of finding the serial number, see if it's ever been registered, who it may have been sold to, that type of thing. They'll start putting all that together. So basically this morning found an unloaded handgun in a black box in one of the classrooms, and have no idea how long it may have been there or who may have put it there.
Yes, that's exactly right. We don't know how long it's been there, don't know how it got there. It's just in a black box. Teacher identified it, called for help. Like I said, there was no immediate threat. And students, Officer Cloud actually contacted Officer Bradford, explained the situation. Kids were removed from the classroom, and that's when they, did a further search looking for any other things that might, be associated with the weapon, and nothing was found.
All right. Well, there is, as of, I think you said a little after 8 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, it's right after 8 o'clock, so that's why I'm late this morning. I got the call, went over. Everything was calm throughout the school, except, just in that one area. So
able to do that. Well, it sounded like the teacher went through protocol and got the authorities.
Absolutely.
And, everything was handled appropriately. And now, of course, the investigation will be with the Sheriff's Department if they can find out who may have brought it onto the
that's exactly right.
Premises, because obviously that's a crime in itself.
We'll carry, yes. And, if we're able to identify those, then obviously the Sheriff's Department will. There will be charges with the Sheriff's Department. There will also be consequences with the school system.
All right. Well, we appreciate you giving us an update. I know you'd already sent us a press release out to quickly notify the. Cause, I mean, I know the days in the social media, especially with the kids having access to the phones. It's always good for the whoever is involved, like the school system, or to put the word out quickly as possible, where you can get the correct information out.
Yeah, I'd rather be the one to tell the story than let somebody else tell our story for us.
Right, and the fact that how sometimes the stories are different as it's told multiple times. So we appreciate you telling us exactly what happened there for those of you. Those of you listening. So we'll continue to monitor that. We'll be getting updates with Chad, the sergeant from the PIO officer with the Dade County Sheriff's Department, and getting more information on that. Tomorrow is Sheriff Talks. I'm sure the sheriff and I will be able to talk more about that on his program coming up. And of course, we'll let Ori is already working on a story that'll be put up in the Mountain Valley Independent, Dade County's newspaper, at discoverdade.com. It's 8:46 now. We are talking with Dade County School Superintendent Josh Engel, and normally don't have to go into breaking news, but so what is happening now with the school system other than this reported incident this morning?
Oh, we've got spring activities going on at both middle school and high school. Last week, both of the elementary schools celebrated, it was actually Read Across America Day last Wednesday, but the elementary schools took it to the next level, and they celebrated Read Across America Week to promote reading.
Now that's when the Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah, that Dr. Seuss birthday was last Wednesday. So both the elementary schools had different activities going to get kids energized and excited about reading. So that was a great week at both of the elementary schools. I will say this coming Saturday at Davis Elementary will be the fourth annual father-daughter dance, sponsored by the Davis Elementary PTO. You don't have to be just a Davis student to go. That's, when I was principal at Davis, we had parents and, students from Dade Elementary coming to the father-daughter dance. So it's a time for both students at Dade Elementary and Davis Elementary to come together, play, have fun, and the dads or granddads, whomever, to bring their daughters, granddaughters to the father-daughter dance at Davis Elementary. So again, that'll be taking place this Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., sponsored by the Davis Elementary PTO. And any questions about tickets and, purchasing tickets and how to go about doing that, you can contact the front office at Davis Elementary at 657-6300.
And I think this is a milestone that what I'm fixing to talk about, because I can't remember a time since this all began, other than maybe the first week. You have 0 students and 0 faculty with COVID.
Yeah, we only had, 2 quarantines?
Yeah. And those would be self-quarantines since you don't require that anymore.
Yeah, so those are self-quarantines. So typically that indicates that there's a positive in the home.
So no staff and no students as of your last reporting cycle for COVID. So that is a milestone there. That probably we'd have to go back to the beginning almost of the pandemic, which is coming up almost 2 years ago.
Yes, that's right.
So that's a milestone, and I know that it had to be a relief to you to see those numbers.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I think it's either this coming Friday or Friday week when it'll mark the actual 2 year.
2 years.
Anniversary.
Wow. So 2 years later, we are back to 0 and 0. And we hope to remain that way.
Yeah.
I did hear out of Alabama, out of all the tests that they continue to do this past week, only 4% was positive.
Wow.
And, where it was a much bigger rate just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it looks like that we are completely
Returning to some sense of
yeah,
normalcy.
we probably and I believe I know you keep up with this. You probably got way more flu now in the schools than the normal things that we have.
That's right.
Every year at this time, for sure. Well, I mean, it sounds like there's a lot of things happening. We've got, baseball is underway at Dade County High School, Dade County Middle School, and we announced last week you've already picked a new principal that will, of course, he's not new, but he's going to be taking over the reins after Mr. Farney steps away at the end of the calendar school year, I guess, if you would.
Yeah, at the end of Mr. Farney's contract runs through this fiscal year, which is June 30th. So he's principal till through June 30th, July 1. Coach Cooper's or Mr. Cooper now, his contract will kick in on July 1. We hope to get the assistant principal vacancy posted. I was actually working on that whenever I got the call this morning, so hope to get that posted today or sometime this week.
So you're going to be looking for 2 assistant principals at the high school, and
at this time,
athletic director as well.
Yes, that's what Mr. Cooper and I have been in discussions about that. I've also communicated with the board. We're looking at 2 assistant principals. We're not opposed to doing one assistant principal and then kind of like an instructional coach, somebody that can focus strictly on curriculum, testing, all that stuff. But for the most part, to answer your question and keep everything as simple as possible, 2 assistant principals.
All right. Well, sounds good. Thank you. If you just joined us, superintendent told us of a situation at Dade County High School earlier this morning, a little after 8 o'clock, in the classroom. A teacher found, while searching for an iPad, found a box that contained a handgun that was unloaded. And of course, then the facilities was then searched. The sheriff's department, the deputy, of course, that's there, the school resource officer, took control of the handgun. It's in the hands of law enforcement, and the investigation continues on how it may have ended up on the shelf.
Yeah. It's an unfortunate situation, but the protocols that were followed, it couldn't have happened. It happened beautiful.
Absolutely. Well, Superintendent, thank you very much. I know you always listen to Patrick's morning weather discussion because, in the wintertime, you never know when you'll have to really lend an ear.
Yes.
And, I think some of the colder weather that he's talking about is coming in over the weekend, so maybe it won't be a problem. But Superintendent Josh Engel from Dade County Schools in the studio with us this morning, and we're going to wrap things up with him, and we've got the morning's weather discussion coming up. Superintendent, thank you very much for coming in and updating us not only of that emergent news this morning, but also things that are happening at the school system.
Thank you.
We appreciate everyone staying here with us on the KWN Morning News as we head in. We've got, let's see here, this morning, the morning's weather discussion with News 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Core here on KWN.
Sunshine, unfortunately, it's not going to last as we're going to see more clouds push back in from the south and west. Weather pattern is going to change pretty quickly today. So right now it's dry and it's not going to be bad into the early afternoon hours. And then later this afternoon, especially into this evening, we'll see some scattered showers move in from the south and west, and that's going to set the stage for a very wet night tonight. Highs today before the showers push in should reach the upper 50s, maybe some mid-50s and some of those cooler spots. But tonight, rain will pour in from the south and west, and it's going to be a big soaker. We'll have lots of mountain fog as well, so travel is going to be tricky on top of the hills from Lookout to Signal and on over through Sand Mountain and any elevation. We'll run into some of that fog. Overnight lows kind of holding into the upper 40s, so tomorrow morning kind of a paperboy's nightmare, but the showers will be tracking on to the east. So most of this rain will happen during the nighttime hours, and 1 to 2 inches a pretty good possibility over much of the area. So there may be a little bit of a runoff issue. I don't think we're going to have a major issue with flooding, but some runoff by tomorrow morning. So take that in mind if you're going to be heading off to work and school tomorrow morning. Could be a lot of water around. But after that, we'll have a little break in the action, high staying into the 50s on Wednesday. And then Thursday looking pretty good, partly cloudy, high temperatures into the lower 60s, upper 60s on Friday, but that's going to set the stage for our big storm system that's going to be moving through, and this one's going to pack a lot of cold air behind it. Still looking very confident that temperatures are going to really plunge this weekend. We've been talking about this for about 8 or 10 days, and right now we are very, very confident that this is going to happen. What will happen in between, still is a bit questionable, but we'll start out with breezy, mild weather for Friday. Highs into the upper 60s. Friday evening, Friday night, we'll see some showers move in from the south. And as that colder air spills on in, any of that leftover moisture will change showers to some snow showers overnight into early Saturday morning. Obviously, first in elevation, first out to the west, and then it'll slide on to the east. I don't think it's going to be a major storm, but it's something we're going to be watching pretty carefully depending on where that low sets up and how fast the cold air gets in before the moisture gets chased off to the east. So we'll continue to watch that. But Saturday, a very cold day, especially in comparison to what we have dealt with the last 2 or 3 weeks. Highs may stay into the upper 30s, and then by Sunday morning, a very hard freeze. A lot of it's between about 20 and 23. And some of the mountains you'll be into the teens. So definite shot of cold air, a real Saskatchewan screamer heading south, and that will greet us for the weekend. So get ready for that, as Old Man Winter's frosty breath will make another return visit. After that, we have that March type of situation to where it doesn't last too long. You start to recover by Sunday afternoon, especially Monday, with highs bouncing back into the upper 50s to lower 60s perhaps on Monday and Tuesday, as next week will look a little bit more on the quiet side weather-wise. But over the next 4, 5, 6 days, it will be very active around here, as we'll be on a roller coaster and quite wet from time to time. So today, enjoy what we have, as by later this evening, we'll see some more showers push back in. So have a good Tuesday, be safe, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you there, Patrick. News 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Core. Cold weather coming in for this weekend. And, of course, we'll keep you up to date as we approach that. Winter is not over, my friends. It is the 8th day of March here on KWN. We did not get into much of discussion. We appreciate Marcus Flowers coming in, who is the Democratic candidate, or one of them, that's going to be running for District 14, the congressional district here in Georgia. Appreciate him sharing his thoughts in the first half. We did talk about that Senator Jeff Mullis has decided not to seek re-election. His term will expire at the beginning of next year when the legislative session begins. That's going to open the door. As of yesterday, already 2 folks have qualified. This qualifying week goes on. You can imagine there may be others, but the 2 that has qualified is Stephen Henry. Stephen Henry stepped down yesterday morning as the chairman of the Catoosa County Commission, and he stepped down yesterday to run for the Senate District 53. Once again, he was the chairman of the Catoosa County Commission, and also Colton Moore put his name in the hat, paid yesterday for qualifying for the 53rd District. He had tried to upseat Jeff Mullis the last time and failed 2 years ago, and he is now running again. The seat will be vacant, so there'll be others that will probably put their name in the hat, if you will. Other people qualifying for local elections yesterday, Lamar Lowry, the incumbent for District 1 Commissioner, he qualified. And also, Chris Wade has qualified for District 1. District 2, that is qualifying yesterday, was Patrick Hickey. He will be running for Commission District 2. And on school board, we've got 1 disqualified so far, the incumbent. Daniel Case is qualified for District 1 school board seat, and he has qualified. We will keep you up to date at the Mountain Valley Independent, Dade County's newspaper. It's online, it's free, and it's available quickest way to get there is discoverdade.com. Discoverdade.com. Have a great day, everyone. We'll continue to update on the story about the gun at Dade County High School, the unloaded gun. It's now in the hands of law enforcement. WKWN Trenton on this Tuesday, March the 8th. We'll be back tomorrow for another K-Win Today.
Your home for news, talk, and sports. WKWN Trenton.